off Nikola Vucevic and Amari Williams playing his 10th career NBA game, his first NBA start. He's part of the Old National Bank starting lineups for these two teams.
Put Pritchard on Bucelis right here in the start.
Double overtime win for Boston last night. They got into Chicago at about 3 a.m. off that double overtime victory. They're 28-16. White finds Okoro, corner three. And the rebound grabbed by Derek White, one of the best rebounding guards in the NBA. He did not play last night in that double OT game. It was for veterans rest. Jaylen Brown is dealing with some hamstring tightness after his triple-double last night, and he hits a triple tonight.
Well, if you remember the last time these two teams met, Jaylen Brown struggled from the field. Boy, he was missing a lot of shots that we're so used to him seeing. And there was Monica Bucelis matching it with him.
Bulls, for the most part, the last 5 seasons have held Jaylen Brown in check in terms of efficiency. But you know he's going to get his on most nights. White misses. Smith flags down the rebound as the Bulls go right back to the double big lineup. White pulls up the three.
Oh, bang, bang, bang.
The Bulls have been red hot from three-point range during this 3-game win streak that has put them right back at 500. They're trying to get over 500 for the first time in 2 months. Hauser is one of the best in the business. He knocks down a three.
Well, you got to stay connected if you're modest. You cannot get hung up on those screens or he will make you pay.
Both teams with a pair of triples to start the night. Smith looking for another one. Rebound tap towards the sideline, and Okoro saves it with a tap to White. Very deep.
Bang, bang, bang. That's from Schaumburg, Illinois. Shout out to Schaumburg.
And now Kobe White is just 5 triples away from tying Kirk Heinrich, who's in the building tonight for number 2 on the Bulls' 3-point list. Here is Sam Hauser. Got that one deflected and blocked.
Good job that time getting over that screen and challenging that shot.
It was Bucelis with his 63rd block to lead the Bulls. Here comes Modest into Hauser, doubled by Brown. A deeper three by White, in and out. Kobe has not been shy. Now Brown gets position on White. And a good job by Bucelis to get back and help. Pritchard wheels into the paint. Good job by Smith to deter him. Back to the perimeter. Good job by Smith again on defense.
Stay down.
Brown guarded by Bucelis. Step back jumper. A rainbow goes down.
Well, you can see he's on a different mode tonight than he was in the last time these two teams met. He missed a lot of open shots.
You see his numbers as of late have been great. Bucelis, no. Rebound Pritchard. Here's Peyton Pritchard. Nice drive, but while he's trying to draw the foul, he ends up missing the shot.
Because you may need that later on in the game. It's too early right now, unless it was definitive.
Here's Brown into Bucelis, and he lays it in. So Jaylen Brown off to a strong start. He went 9 for 27 from the field last night. Felt like he was missing some explosiveness. He looked sharp early tonight. Vucevic trying to take advantage of a mismatch with the guard Peyton Pritchard. Kicks it out. Smith a three. Here's the slip by Amari Williams. And knocked out of bounds by Okoro.
And here it is right here. He did a good job. But when you get this matchup right here, you're Vooch. The Bulls made him pay on that situation, but that may not be there all night long. You've got to punish those little guys for putting them on you.
Okoro trying to stick with Pritchard. Strong screen by Amari Williams, the rookie, to free up Pritchard, a great shooter. He's got 110 threes, but his percentage is down below league average this year. He was much better last year. It's a higher volume as a starter now for Pritchard. Nice job.
That's the difference right there.
Against the smaller player.
Jalen Smith went right at White. Rich went right over the top of him. And they're content to let these guys play one-on-one, even if they got the size advantage.
Here is White, pull-up three. That's the Boston offensive profile. They're one of the most efficient teams in the NBA. They take a high volume of threes. Bucelis.
Watch your hand, Derek White. I was going to say watch your hair, but he doesn't have any.
Ball Derek White is a threat these days.
But he's still one of those guys. I mean, you're making fun of him, but he's still a guy that could be defensive player of the year being there, along with Jaylen Brown as an MVP candidate. So they're probably the second best defensive team that we've seen all season long behind Oklahoma City.
Here's White, no. The Celtics allow just 110 points a game. That's the 3rd fewest in the NBA. They play at one of the slowest paces in the league. The slowest, in fact. They grind you out on defense.
I'll tell you what, if they get Jason Tatum back at some point.
There is a possibility for him to come back before the season is over. Here is Pritchard. Nice fake, but he dragged the pivot foot. Bulls ball up 3. Nissan drive to the hoop. ShopNissanUSA.com.
Oh, went behind the back, and there's Derek White making an executive decision. Illinois Eye and Ear Infirmary has started tonight's 50-50 raffle. Jackpot is at 25, playing at their own pace. They're going to force you to play the way they want you to play. They're that good defensively. They do all the little things well.
Remember, no Trey Jones tonight. He was diagnosed with a left hamstring strain.
That hurts. That's a big miss for the Bulls.
So the Bulls lose a ball handler, great on-ball defender. Here's Brown in transition. He lays it in on the white feed. So Kobe's going to have to handle the ball. Josh Giddey's going to continue to come off the bench tonight after returning against Minnesota. Here's Herder. Only played about 5 minutes the other night, but that had more to do with matchups. You get the feeling Herder will probably get a few more minutes tonight.
Yeah, especially with Trey Jones being out.
Yep.
Because you probably know that, you know, Josh is going to probably be on a minute restriction again. Yep. So he's going to have to get some minutes somewhere.
8 minutes, I should say, for Herder against Minnesota the other night. Here's Brown against White. Banging away using that size. Jumper won't go. Tapped by Smith, but it may be because he grabbed Amari Williams. And here comes this Boston bench. Really good three-point shooter. Anthony Simons killed the Bulls in Boston when he came off the bench. He's actually the #1 bench scorer in the league. And Luka Garza, 12 points. And you see all the guys that made huge threes last night. Hugo Gonzalez got subbed in with like 5 seconds left in overtime right before the buzzer. Stepped in and hit the game-tying three.
Oh, wow.
A lot of these guys made huge contributions last night.
That just shows you got to stay ready when your time comes.
Here's Buzelis against Shireman. The kick out for Herder. White fakes on Brown is a strong defender. White the spin and kick. Smith takes a three. Will not go, and Garza the board. Jaylen Brown. Good defense by White. He wanted to travel on Brown. Here's Derek White who loses it on the handoff. Herder all over him. White trying to maneuver around the Luka Garza screen, and eventually a foul is called, and Garza goes down. May have banged legs. It's a foul on Herder for a clear.
You know, I think he just did it on his own. There's right there. See, yeah. He just did it on his own.
Yep, incidental there. Past the halfway point of this opening quarter, Josh Giddey's coming to the scorer's table. Here's Simons against a pull.
Oh, give me that. Good block.
There's Buzelis. Then Shireman using that.
Yeah, Shireman's out there looking like a DB.
Yeah, he's got a big body out there trying to prevent Buzelis and White from driving. And Kobe White on the finger roll will draw the Bulls.com/GYS to learn more. Ayo Dosunmu will check in the bench for the first time this season against Minnesota. After an elude, Giddey 21, but Josh added 6 rebounds, 5 assists, and a couple of steals.
But he got a majority in the first half.
Yeah. And he pretty much closed the game, other than the last possession when they took him out for defense. There's Brown using the Neemias Queta screen. He's been dealing with an illness, and he had started every game that he had played, all 42 that he had played until tonight, coming off the bench for the first time. Brown drops it, leans in, and draws a Dosunmu foul.
Text City 25 to 65357 to sign up and enter for your chance to win. Again.
It's only the 5th time in any NBA game that Josh has played in his 5 years in the league that he's come off the bench. Did it twice in those playoffs with OKC when he quote-unquote got benched. Came off the bench once last year, and now back-to-back games off the bench, coming off the injury.
I'm sure he's going to be in the starting lineup at some point. I mean, it looks like he's healed completely. Don't hurt him, Kev. Bulls got 7 assists on 8 made field goals.
They've knocked down 5 triples in the early going as Herder has his first.
And they look more engaged than the last time we saw these two teams match up.
It was a huge first quarter for Boston that basically had